So Wimbledon ends. The baseball All-Star game is on day of, on the 14th, and UFC International Fight Week. So Wimbledon, July 12th. So as Wimbledon ends, the baseball All-Star game is on Tuesday, the 14th, our date. What UFC is July 11th? So it's the next one. It's the next numbered event after the White House. And they're thinking about getting Conor McGregor there. But Conor McGregor's birthday, you guessed it, July 14th. Gee, what were the chances of that? I love this date. The only other date I think it could possibly be, if it's not July 14th, is the mirror of May 8th, which would be August 25th. Instead of day 128 with 237 to go, it's day 237 with 128 to go. And May 8th, 58 stories Trump Tower, 58 bedrooms Mar-a-Lago. May 8th is the one of the two biggest personal ciphers I have, or three. And let's just say top five, okay? But in many ways, as far as the end times is concerned, it's number one. So anyway, let's get on with this. So yes, Conor McGregor, born uh, July 14th, 1988. When? 88. What year? 88. 19 years after my July 14th event, where I entered into the 88. Long story. If you know me, just ask. And when you run Conor McGregor, his birthday, over to our event day, Conor McGregor will be 13879 days old. 79 is murder, 138 is Donald Trump and simple gematria. That's impossible. That tells you without a doubt that that's our date. It just tells you without a doubt. And while I'm looking at Conor McGregor, okay, 38, 1 month, 11 days. Just looking to my other date also. But that's not what this video is about. All right, The Godfather. The Godfather. 175. $686 in the URL. The Godfather Part 2. Oh, I never did prep all that. I'll do that next go around. Or maybe by the end of the video. So, Babe Ruth. Born 2/6/1895. To the rising day, 48007. 48 is, it's Donald Trump or Donald J. Trump in one of the four base ciphers, along with the 007 on the rising day. So it's his name with 007. Babe Ruth, remember, hit 714 home runs. 714 is our date. Madonna's Hard Candy came out on 4/18/2008. That's a big, gigantic personal cipher that relates to all of this for me, and it sure enough to our 7/14 date this coming 2026. It is 666 and one day. 666 coded. Gigantica. The next, we're going to get into Knives Out. One of the Knives Out movies. 404 days. 404. Yeah. 1404. Oh, that was the glass onion. It had two release dates, one on September 10th. 404 is Book of Revelation, people. Straight up. Straight up. There's your 45 and your 47 with 144. Glass onion. To our other date. I like it. The other glass onion, 133. Revelation 13:3, first time deadly wound, but did live is mentioned. That is to the rising day. Can't even begin to tell you how big that is, because remember his number times this year begins with 331. His number is 163464. That's the number you get when you multiply 6 times 14 times 1946. You multiply that times this year, there is your 331, along with Revelation 11:7. It's too big. That's as big gets big. That's how big it is. LOL. The 145 and the 47. This is the It book that she was reading. Donnie Darko's mom was reading It by Stephen King when Donnie walked across her at the very beginning of the movie. Look at the 39 years, 9 months. 399 is murder in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. And it's 14547, his two numbers. From the It novel over to 714. When you run it to 716, it's 14549, which is his name in the same cipher as Antichrist is, which is why they have the San Francisco 49ers. One of the four base ciphers. This one here, what was this? Knives Out. $79 months for murder. Next one, James Bond, Daniel Craig, 7179, 7180. There's the 138 and the 7. This is Skyfall. I'm sorry, Skyfall. Skyfall was 2012. 4997, but the 138 and the 7. Remember the 138.79 with Conor McGregor. 13 years, 8 months, 7 days, 1387. 4997, if you include both dates, 4998. 97th and 98th verse is Revelation 6:1 and 6:2, which is the opening of the seal, and the rider on the white horse, which is the right eye wound. All absolutely gigantic. There's Spectre. That's what that is. That is Spectre. Spectre. To the rising day is 10 years, 8 months, 7 days for 187 code. And the other Spectre is 2019. That's not Spectre. And like we said, that is Skyfall. Then the other Skyfall. Look at that, 716 in the weeks. 716 is Rising Day, and that is to the event day. So it's Death and Rising. And it'll be 716 weeks and 2 days on the Rising Day. Again, 13 years, 8 months. So the 138 is coded. for Donald Trump and Simple Gematria. Now we're getting into Quantum of Solace. And this is Casino Royale. And there's your perfect 7/18, which is the release day of the Dark Knight, right there on the Darkened Right Eye Day, which is what the Dark Knight was about. Dark Knight Rises. Casino Royale, 381061, so 38, which is death and murder in the 4 base ciphers. Death in one cipher, murder in the other. It's a gigantic number for the event. 38 is. Casino Royale URL. Another Casino Royale 7179. 79 is murder. If you include both dates, you hit right back on the 7/18 again. 7 months, 27 days. It's 19/7/27. We know about the 19. We've been over it. The COVID 19, the 19 passengers. 7/27 is the length of iPad Goat on their YouTube channel. Once you click it, it says 7/28. Until you click it, then it switches to 7/27, as most YouTube videos do. They back up a second. When he said they had the illness on October 2nd, 2020, it is 2011 days to rising. 11/3 is rising, as it is the opening date of One World Trade Tower. It's utter perfection. When he first wore the mask at Walter Reed, 2194. 2196 on rising. Ooh, that's right. It's 313 in the weeks. It's a brutal film. 313 weeks and 3 days from when he wore the mask. 313 weeks and 5 days from when he wore the mask for the first time at Walter Reed. All right, and what is this particular 404 for Revelation on 9/30/2011? Oh, is that Take Shelter? Yes, release date of Take Shelter. I think we've already done that. Take Shelter is 404 on Rising Day, which is the amount of verses in the book of Revelation. Take Shelter. If we do that to the R825, I'm curious. 5445 palindrome on Rising Day, 777 weeks. It's big. From the Ring of Fire to the Rising Day, 149 days. 149 is, I believe, Antichrist in one of the 4 base ciphers. Gematria calculator. So we're going to show you the 48s, the 38s. Let's just hit Antichrist real quick. There's a 149 in reverse. There's a 49 in reduction as promised. There's the 68 in reverse reduction. And then you key in Donald Trump. There's a 48 in reduction. Remember the 48007 I told you about? And then you put in the J. There's your 68, which is the match for Antichrist. And there's 49 in reduction, which is your match for Antichrist. So Donald J. Trump matches his name with Antichrist in reduction and in reverse reduction. Almost basically impossible, and yet there it is. Fascinating. So we get into the Conor McGregor Major League Baseball All-Star Game is on July 14th this year. We know how baseball represents their world. Back to the Future, 149, which is Antichrist, in 88 days. 14988. Back to the Future to the Rising Day. That means on the 86ing day, it's 14986. That is impossible. And yet there it is. The Trinity. The Trinity bomb took place on July 16th. representing Rising Day? Impossible. 187 days, 1087 days from Barbenheimer, from the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer. Barbie began with 2001: A Space Odyssey theme. Oppenheimer, enough said. 2 years, 11 months, 21 days for 121 code. But 187 in the days on the 187 day is perfection. Just curiosity to run it to my other date. Yep, on Rising, you have 11-3. Boy, I knew he was going to get this double entendre all the way around. 11-3 on Rising Day from Barbenheimer. I like August 25th for the event also. I just do. Flux capacitor. We'll get to all that later. I just want to look up clock tower and flux capacitor and things like that. So JFK, born May 29th, 1917. May 29th, 1917. He is 39,858 days old. It'd be 3986 on Rising Day. If we run him to August 25th. Oh my goodness. 39900. 399 is murder in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. Goodness gracious alive, that's a direct smash hit. The song Under the Milky Way, February 15th, 1988. February 15th, 88, 14341. But if we run it to what now? I also want to see the August 25th date. 147 code. That's 386 code also. 38 years, 6 months. Big. All the Donnie Darko songs. We need to look at all of these. Mad World and so on and so forth. Cellar Doors 313. In the Jewish Hebrew gematria for Zapruder film 313. 21756. 21756. 217. Yeah, and how many days old am I going to be? On day 237? I'm going to be 237, 91 days. That's 237 fused with 79 murder. Perfection for the event. Last Temptation of Christ was there on the Donnie Darko movie marquee. When you run the 812 when Sirius the Dog Star rises on 1988 release date, to our date, it's 138.52. 138, of course, is Donald Trump in simple gematria. Gigantic. I'll prep this later for then the other, still 138. But even better with the 89. 38 years, 13 days. Perfect. I do not hate. I will do a separate playlist for August 25th. There's your Last Temptation of Christ. There's the budget, 7. Big number in Revelation for cleansing, 338 million. 38 death and murder, 33 their big number. The Evil Dead, Last Temptation of Christ. The Evil Dead, NC-17. Goodness gracious. I had October 15th, 81, April 15th, 83. Before 1583, it's got 79 murder on the murder date, and of course on Rising date. Ends in 98. 98 verse is the White Horse crowning verse. So that's big. I didn't include the other date. So I did include 415. Let's do October 15th, 1981. October 15th, 1981. And run that to the August date, since it didn't seem to be a hit because I didn't even have it prepped. And there it is. 16385. Include both dates. 16386. 38 is death, 38 is murder, 86 means to eliminate. It's all right there. It's all right there. Wow. Wow. Well, it sure is. It's all over the place. 4/15/83. Now let's run it to August 25th. 15838, 83, and 38 are both murder in the 4 base ciphers, and 38, of course, doubles as death also. Wow. I'm loving this date of August 25th. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. The Redford Theater, where it was premiered January 27th, 1928. We run it to our event, 35963. But now we want to run it also to August. Get it ready for that prep, which I'll do separate. On Rising Day, 007. Rising Day would be August 27th. 36007. 36 is Adam in the Jewish Hebrew gematria with 007. Remember, he is the Black Adam from the film Black Adam. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What else? When we go back, let's go back. So it still would have him going down on a Thursday. The 25th is also a Thursday. So what is that? An even? How many weeks is that? How many weeks is that? It's a perfect 6 weeks. It's a perfect 6 full weeks. What would the moon be in on August 25th? The solar eclipse is the 12th. It's in Aquarius. The event would take place with the moon in Aquarius, and he would rise with the moon in Aquarius. Well, that fits the song. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, doesn't it? Age of Aquarius song, fifth dimension, Wikipedia. Age of Aquarius album. Aquarius Let the Sun Shine In. We're definitely going to have to get that one in there and on there. It just says March. Gives us no more than that. Does not give us a date. So the album, look at the link, 404 with 47. Book of Revelation, 47th president, 404, Book of Revelation, with the number 7 after it. I can't begin to tell you how big all this is. Event takes place, moon in Aquarius. Rising takes place, moon in Aquarius. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So the right eye wound took place in Thor Ragnarok because he rises on Thursday, Thor Day. And sure enough, Ragnarok, the right eye wound is 7.9, which is murder in simple gematria. So that's a direct smash hit for either day because both our days we're looking at are Tuesdays. Till Tuesday did a song in Donnie Darko. So the Ragnarok, Personal cipher time. If you know, then you know, and I like it. That's I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I like this August 25th event. So the Rennerock date, November 3rd, October 10th. November 3rd, October 10th. November 3rd, 3177, 3175 for Mr. Babylon the Great, 175. She run it to our August 25th. I need to get that prepped. Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7, 3,217 days. Perfect. I don't think you're going to get much better than that. Okay. So then in Avengers Infinity War is when he first wore the right eye patch. 8.4. There's your 149 minutes for Antichrist. April 23rd, April 27th. April 27th. It's perfect 3,000 days to event day. I love this date. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. So the Alec Baldwin event on 121 in the year 21, 1,727 days, 727 the length of IPAC goat. But now let's run it to our other date. Well, Rising Days of Palindrome, isn't it? From the film Tenet, 1771. Perfect. Trump gave Pope the Lotus on event day of 714, 3338, 3,338 days. That's perfection for that date. Absolute perfection. But it hits on the event day with that perfection. If you run it to the rising day of our other date, which Lotus represents rising, it's 3382. Still get your 33 or 38. It's 9 years, 3 months, 3 days. It's 111 months, 3 days. So you have your 113 code for rising. It's perfect. Obama's birthday, 23722. But if you run him to our day 237 event, it's 23762. 602 is Revelation of Strong's Concordance. I love it. Joe Biden, November 20th, 1942. 30554. 7 months, 26 days. So it's 83 years, 726 on rising. Remember, 726 is Antichrist in the 6 times English ordinal, which is English gematria. But let's run Joe Biden, whose middle name is Robin. 30594. 30596. George Bush, who opened up iPad Goat, dancing. 29,230 on Rising Day. But let's run him to our other date. 29,270. So 2,927 for the Abomination of Desolation Bible verse, Daniel 9:27. So it's got a 2 for a TO followed by 927, followed by a 0. So 2, Abomination of Desolation. That's perfect. And that hits on death and rising. And if you run it to the rising day of 827, rising on the third day, Satan possessing the body is all that is. We won't know he's risen till the abomination of desolations. 80 years, 1 month, 21 days, 121 is Antichrist. And simple gematria. Direct smash hit. My event day to 825, 6982. It'll be 6984 on rising day. It's 19 years, 1 month, 11 days. So 911 is coded. 229 months, 11 days. 911 is coded again. Oof. Hoofa. Hooah. And then lastly, oh yeah, the transfer portal of time. Let's run the transfer portal. Which was January 10th, 2022. If you know, you know. And yeah, it's that perfect 1688. That's what that was about. When you subtract it, it goes to, when you work backwards, it goes to May 28th, 2017 through the transfer portal of time, backwards and forwards. May 28th, 2017. I'll tell you what, let's run Tenet. May 28th. Already boo-boo. Let's run it 2017, and now let's run Tenet. That was on 9/3. 1194. 119 is Donald World Ruler. But on the rising day, yeah, it's 1196. Even better. And if you run that to our 826 date of Tenet, there it is, 1186. 86 to eliminate. It's perfect. It's perfect. Now we run that date to our, run it to Trump. And we'll call it a video. 25916. 70 years, 11 months, 14 days. So it'll be 70 years, 11 months, 12 days on rising, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah, I think that this will be my final video on July 14th. I'm now going to move to August 25th. We've done enough for July 14th. All right, love y'all.